Perfect. Yeah. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Hello, everyone. This is Group 3. My name is Nardos. We decided to pick the project topic of expense management system. Um, and then as a result, we decided to go. I have a friend who used to own a Jiffy Lube service station. He was a franchisee, and he was a business partner. So I got the idea from him, and then I was able to have a conversation with him what his challenge was when he was operating his business. So that kind of gave me an idea to pick the subject or the topic of expense management system. So, and based on the conversation that I have, um, we were able to design entity tables for almost like 9 tables, and from the feedback, he was able to do the business, the day-to-day operation to the business, but they didn't have like the appointment table, and it didn't also have the task table. So a lot of his, customers were just, calling, make an appointment, do a phone call. So we try to automate that process. So we also build an application using Knack so that customers also can make an appointment using their website. So based on the feedback from the guy, I was able to do some improvements, like at least on the project, And then I was also able to show him today. I had a conversation with today again, and then I was able to explain that to him. And then he said, this looks. He doesn't own the business anymore, but he said it looks really good. So I got the feedback from him as well. So anyways, so we did create a table, 9 entity tables that is consisted of service, customer, appointment, vehicle, station, task, inventory, payment, and employee. And we did establish a relationship between those tables so that the service, the daily service, or the day-to-day operation would be automated and flawless for the customers, the employees, and the management as well. This was also something that I was able to explain to the business owner. Anyways, so this is what we did in the first case, and the second thing we did was we did create also this table. Basically, we used SQL to create these tables in relationship, and then put that in the system. So not only see the diagram right here, we also have created that details, doing the record, creating the table and everything in SQL. So this is pretty much the start of the project that what we did in the first phase. And then Matthew, if you can go to the next slide. So all the records that we did here are fictional. So and then again, based on the feedback from the business owner, we were able to come up with fictional records for the employees, the inventory, and then everything basically, so that he was able to also see this part and then get feedback. And then Matthew can take over from this part on.
Thank you, Carlos. Hello, everyone. I'm Matthew or Nicole. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Please. Is it?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. This is the homepage for our Jiffy Lube app. You can add customers, employees, register vehicle, and it shows services too. We started adding 9 tables like Nardos said: employees, customer, service, vehicle, appointment, station, inventory, payment, and task. We then add fields for each table. we added records for each table as well. We added user roles and gave them permission to different pages. Here we add pages to be displayed in the live app. We added page view. First, we made the form view. Here is the form view. For this is an example for add vehicle, you can see there. And here we added auto reload for the form. We then added a grid to the page. We added a delete column for the grid. And we added login pages for supervisors and managers. Okay, this is the login page for the manager. And we also created a drop-down menu for the service. Here is the calendar appointment view. We made service fees and total from the service option. And now go to the live app. This is the home page of the live app. Here, the manager and supervisor, they need to log in. Once the manager login, manager got the privileges more than supervisor. So here's the manager login page. We can add employees, add customers, and we can also register vehicles. This is the manager form for adding employees. And also the supervisor and manager can add customers here too. There's the add vehicle option. You can register vehicles here. This is our drop-down menu for the services. Here is the calendar option, multicolored. Each service have different colors. We give that one. And once you click that calendar, you can see the customer details, appointment, and service fees here. This is also another view for that appointment. And that's all the slides we have. And we can go to the live demo. So from the Knack, we created the Jiffy Lube website from here. And here, this is the tables. We created 9 tables here. From each table, we created the fields and we gave the connections here too. And if you go to the records, here's the records we have. And next, we go to the pages. Oh, here also we have another option, the user roles, the managers and the supervisors we created here. And we go to the pages. Here is the home page. We have the menu options here we created. And we go to the supervisor login. Here is the login option menu. Okay, here the add customer options here. Okay, next one, the service options. Here is the drop-down menu we created for the services. And client appointment. If you go to the appointments, you have the calendar tool. Now we go to the home page. You can go to the live app. Here is our home page. Add customer, add employee, manager home page, you need to log in. Only the service, you have the options here. The client appointment also, you can see from here the calendar options. And register vehicle, you need to log in. So the manager have the more options. So I'm logging with the manager option. Once you log in, the manager gets this all the options: add employee, add customer, add vehicle. So here is the manager homepage. You can add all the employees here. This is a view, and if you want to search an employee, manager can search from here. I think it's there. Yep, there is map. You can see that. And manager homepage, you can also add customers here. All right. Go to the homepage. Here, the service, you can select the service. It's redirecting to the GFilo website. Just connected that option there to the homepage. You look at
time's up, but it's really good work. We are time's up, so we need to give other team opportunity, but give a big round to this group.
That's it. We're done. Thank you.
Very good job, guys. Very good job. I love what you did.
Appreciate
very nice job. Okay, I'm hoping that you all enjoy while working with the project group. Who's going next? Akash, you can share your screen. I will mute myself so you can.
Can everyone hear me? Yeah, I guess it's still echoing. Okay, so our presentation is on the library management system, and it is called DoPage Libraries. And the presentation is by Vikas, me, Paulson, Anila, and Devanshi. So the objective is to create a management system that combines all the libraries of a specific area using Knack application. So the problem that we're solving is that a lot of libraries are going to get connected and information can be exchanged between all the libraries using our Knack application. So users can use the application to search books, employee records, check out date and time and return date. And we created a dashboard on Knack for smooth navigation for all the libraries. So this is our context diagram. So members and employees are going to the Knack application and they are going to search, and then all the data will be stored in the database and it will be retrieved from the database. So this is our entity relationship diagram. We have 6 entities: library, members, books, employees, checkout, and returns. And then we have primary key and foreign key. So book is a primary key, and then you check out books and have returns on books. So we have a foreign key in both of those. And then library is the primary key, and then library has members and employees. So we have foreign key in those. And then Vikas is going to continue the rest of the presentation.
Thank you, Abir. Now I will take control and do the rest of the part. So we have did we just close it? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
You need to continue to give comment.
Yeah.
Yes.
People will hear, otherwise they will think you are not speaking.
Hello, everyone. This is Wagas. We have done database management for libraries, and our project name is a DoPage library. I will guide you through our app. which we have built already, and we'll go to the live app here and we'll go through everything. So this is our page, and we have 3 branches: Naperville, Schaumburg, and Lombard. So with this, we have, as you can see, we can log in once we go to the admin, and then once we log in, we have our login page with Paulson and 1, 2, 3, 4. So this page basically refers to our employees who have access to add members. If somebody wants to join the library, they will add members, email address, and so and so. And then they also have access to all the database, which you can see everyone has a member ID, email address. It's all pretty much connected. Secondly, we have 3 libraries. That's where we have added. So one is Naperville, Lombard, and third is Schaumburg library. Also with this system, we have access to all the books that we can either go by a book name, ascending order or descending order, or we can go by ISBN number. These are the records, and we can add, if we were to add books, we can add a book here with the ISBN number and book author. Then we also have a column for employees, and we also currently we have 4 employees here which have access, and if needed to be, we can add employees into this. One of the very good options we added here is the checkout option for the libraries. If somebody checks out a book, they will need to enter member ID, so that book goes into their account, and then it will be followed by also due date when it's due and checkout date over here. And if it's past due date, then there will be a fine amount. Also, this is a return. So this is also a return. We would add a return. It's glitching. So we would add a return due date from the customer, and then we will have reports. Who has, I think this has doubled, but the reports will come out. Books have been checked out by the books or by the members who have taken more books. And then at the end, we have our contact us library. So we were able to create all the records by adding tables, and we would add records here, and we have given some roles to our employees, and then the manager has full access. And if you have any questions, please ask, and thank you very much.
Everyone, Kinjal, and we are presenting today on the airport operations of the O'Hare International Airports. We are 3 members in the group: Kinjal, Krunal, and Jamie. And in the introduction, we will discuss about the overview, business improvement, project schedules, or objectives, tools and technology we used, and also show the context and ERD diagrams and data dictionary, and of course live application that we have made on the Knack. The airport is a huge infrastructure, so it is connected globally with the connecting people, business, and cultures. And our application's goal is to provide the improvement technology and applications that all the staff or personnel of the airport management, they can easily access everything. And we have also provided the objectives like enhance operational efficiency to improve flight management, enhance passenger experience, safety, securities, and continuous improvement by providing the applications. And this is our context diagrams for the applications. And next is the physical layout of the airport. And this is the entity relationship diagram. We have a we have a 9 entities: the baggage, gate, tickets, passenger, security check, employees, airlines, airports, and flight. And here we selected 2 entities for the data dictionary. One is the passenger and the airline. It shows the data types, data size, descriptions, and the examples in details. And the schedule we made for this project, the project planning year diagram, when we created how many durations it took, and the date we created it. And these are some business improvement we have provided, like reduced flight delays, increased security, wayfinding and navigation by providing our applications. And tools and technology we use for this is the Knack, PowerPoint, Excel, the SQL DBM, WhatsApp for communications, Google's, YouTube, and Lucid Charts. And next of the project will continue by Jamin.
Hello guys, how are you guys doing today? My name is Jamin and I'll be leading this forward. All right, so this is our, you guys can see the slide, right? Just making sure with that. So this is our live application. I'm not gonna go into much details because we don't have a lot of time, right? So these are basically 9 entities over there. This is how we can navigate over there, right? But I would like to touch up some details, right? So this is the airport information, but which is of overhead for now, right now. So the basic information which I wanted to convey to you guys is ticket information, gate information, passenger information, and flight information, as well as airlines and security. This all 4 to 5 entities are correlated with each other, right? Because without ticket information, nobody can navigate to gates, and passenger information is covered in the ticket information, as well as the flight information, and the security information is also done by the from the ticket, right? So they all are interconnected with each other. So over here, we decided to take basically the fare prices. Over here, you can select the passenger name. So this is for the airport personnel who can actually get that, right? And these are some the data which we have entered in there, right? But this view is of the manager, right? So that's why you will get the edit and delete option over there. And these are the details which you can see, right? For the managers to navigate whatever he needs, right? And these are some basic airline informations, right, which we have created. So basically we only took some of the airlines because we didn't have enough time to cover all the airlines. In here, which we had one problem, because you see over here passenger full name is there, right? Before we were not saying that name. Before we were only saying like the first name or the last name of the passenger. Then we had to create a whole new field for that, and then write down the passenger full name, because it was hard to identify that. So that's what we did, and we eliminated the passenger first and last name and just created the passenger full name detail over here, right? So over here you can see that, right? You can select it because they are interconnected. So that's why you cannot write anything, but you can get the information from the ticket information. These both are connected, right? And the last thing I would like to cover is, because other things are basic, you already guys know because you have already done the projects. So this is our dashboard. This chart shows us like the data from June and July for the fares, right? The fares are high because they have business class and first class tickets. That's why we just wanted to make it a real thing. And this is the traffic condition per airline and the flight statuses, right? So this pie chart shows with the different colors, and they also show the percentage of how many flights are covered in the O'Hare airport. So basically the O'Hare is taken, right? So obviously American Airlines and United Airlines are going to be the airlines which are going to be dominating this field right now. And this one shows the flight status, right? So over here, the manager can see that how their airport is functioning, right? How many flights are postponed, on time, departed, and delayed, and all kind of stuff. So they can know, and they can know that where they need to work on to better their the whole thing. These are the details for the baggage department, right? Again, the same thing, just to navigate how many got lost and how many were everything was working good or not. This is the calendar, right? This is also for 2 months. This will tell the the airport personnel who are in charge of these things that they will it will show all the details for them, and they can plan the whole operations accordingly, right? And the colors, it's just for a fun point that the red ones are the high prices ones. That's why we gave 2 colors. The green ones are the lesser price tickets, and the red ones are the more price tickets, right? And I'll hand it over to Kunal for the presentation.
Hello guys, this is our build over here. So we have created the 9 entities as per tables. You can see on the passengers, full name, first name, last name, date of birth, genders, and data types, all this. And we have a ticket over here, and we have a same thing, ticket ID, seat number, fare, date, and we have a hard to connect each other because we are choosing the complex project because it's a huge management. That's why so hard to connect each other, which one connect to where is it. And our key challenges is bigger one is as per Jamin say, for the first name, last name as a confusing over there. So we using the over here the under the field text format formula as a field as a first name and last name. And over here the also same thing on the security, same thing happen over here too. So we using for the passenger name and employee also full name for using for that one. And we created for the also page and grade. You can see per full name over here, and we can delete it after that the full name and first name and last name, and just created by the full name. So identify the perfect first name and last name, so we not confusing for the which passenger is going on. So this is all our project, and thank you guys.
Hello, this is our team of the 3 people. My type is Liz, and Nissan. And as a database project, we developed data-driven application using Oracle and Knack for Northwest Community Hospital Management. From here, this going to take care. Thank you.
Hello everyone. This is the our this is context diagram, user Knack application and data-driven application. We have here context diagram with management, doctor, and patient using Knack application, and we have all the entities here. And then we have a logical model here with the entity relationship with the diagram and ERD diagram with here. and we're going to showing them more on lab application on the ERD diagram with the entities goes on that. And this is the physically model we did Northwest Community Hospital management application. And we have here data dictionary with the patient for the patient only here. This is the field name, data type, and data format, field size, and description, and example here over here. So, and thank you. And I'm handing over to the Nishant. Thank you.
How to change? How to change this one? Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait. Which one do you want to share?
Okay, guys. I hope you have a good day today. Let me go straight to our project. On the Knack application, we create a hospital management system. Where we have like 7 entities: the doctor, patient, appointment, prescription, receipt, payment, and the insurance. Doctor has the record of ID, name, email you can see on the screen, and the patient has its own the name, address, birth date, gender, insurance number, and here's the appointment ID, date, which is connected with doctor and patient. Here's the prescription, and here's the receipt, and here's the payment, and here's the insurance. Okay, let's go to our live app. Here's our live app. We have a list of the doctor. We fill the form of the doctor and put in our database. And when patient call us, we will store the record of the patient as well. Here is the form to fill up the patient detail. And after we fill up the patient detail, we fix the appointment between doctor and the patient with the appointment date and with the doctor and the patient. And after we set the appointment date, that info will go to our find your appointment section, where the patient can search their name or their ID and fix their appointment, see their appointment date with whom the doctor they are facing. And on the prescription section, we store the record. We store the prescription what doctor gave to the patient. And on the payment section, we store the patient detail with the receipt ID and the amount, how much they pay. And on the dashboard section, we have just like the doctor, how the doctor and the appointment date, on which appointment date the patient visits the doctor, and on the doctor how much patient has doctor visited. That's how we have the project. Thank you, guys.
For my presentation, I did a airline.
I was gonna do the whole airport, but I figured doing the airline will, be more efficient. And during this airline, I did a welcome page. Here we have airports where our airlines are located out of, with the airport ID, the airport name, the address of the airport, phones. Here we have flights, your flight ID, where you're going, destination, the price, the quantity of flights that we have available at the time, the date of the flight, and the gate that it's located at as well. Here's just some ticket information for another table, your ticket ID, the quantity of tickets that you have. We have a connection with the flights because, a ticket is connected with a flight. We also have a customer connection because we want the ticket to be connected with the customer as well. We have an equation that way when you purchase the ticket, the system automatically does the equation for you and you get the total as well as the date of purchase of the ticket. Here we have the salary, just basic salary of some employees. For some accounts, we have the employees, just the basic employees that will be, working at the airport. We have certain managers for each airline, each airport for the airline. We have a CEO position and as well as a customer login. So let me present the app. So here, hold on. Let me move this out the way. So here we have the logo. Dragon Airline is the name of the airline that I chose. This is the basic public page that everybody could see. If you go to this website, you could log in if you have a customer login or a manager login as well. You could go to the welcome page here, just a brief detail of the airline, what we present and offer to customers. Here's just a picture of the Dragon Airline with the logo on it. You have airline locations. We have one in O'Hare, Midway, John F. Kennedy, LaGuardia, LAX. So these are just locations that the airline is based out of. We have the flights available at the time. We have a couple out of O'Hare, a couple out of Tampa, etc., as well as the destination, the price, the quantity, and the flight of the date. Here you could create a customer login. For when you choose a flight, because you cannot purchase a ticket unless you are a customer. So here are some customers that are, I created. And so if you're not a customer, you cannot, buy a ticket. So when you log into, as I'm going to log into the CEO one, so we could see more options. Okay, so now when you log in as a CEO, you see you have more options here. We can add a manager, and we have some manager info here. And each manager is based out of a different airline, as well as employees. You have the information of employees. We got these employees here. And then you can add new flights. So, obviously there's going to be multiple flights coming in and out. So you want to have the ability to add new flights and make that accessible. And you can see what flights are already available here, as well as the flight list. Here's a ticket list. And this is just, obviously telling you what tickets are purchased. And with the ticket list, you have the quantity of them, you have the gate number and flight date, the total amount of the ticket cost. Person bought 2 tickets, came out to $572. And here we have a customer list. Now I chose to keep the customer list separate from, customer login, because I didn't want other customers to see other customers' information, being that it has addresses, phone numbers, and whatnot. So only the managers and other personnel could see customer list. So here we got a bunch of different customers. And here for the dashboard, I wanted to see the ticket sales. So here we're getting most of, high profit out of John F. Kennedy going to Los Angeles. We have a lot more money here compared to LAX to Tampa. And here we have the amount of tickets total that people are, buying out of those airlines. And this will help me, add more flights. So obviously I would want to add more flights from John F. Kennedy. And, since that's a higher priority for people. And yeah, that's my presentation. Thank you.
How long it took you to develop this thing?
To what?
How long did it take?
to develop, maybe 2 days.
Ramesh, Rahul, Ria. We cannot hear you guys, so you need to unmute yourself.
Okay, I can start the presentation. So we made a presentation about the library book then. So this is our team members, Ramesh, Rahil, Ria, Nimi, Rushi, and Rashi. Change the slide, please. So these are the objectives we have: efficient catalog and the organization and the streamline circulars and checkout. And we created this automation, administrative tasks, and stability of customization abilities. And change the slides, please. This is the ERD diagram we created for this project. This is how we show the everything is connected, the library, how the library connected with, and the books, and the how we check out the books, and how you can return the policy, and how the members are and the employees work together. And that's how we connected the ERD diagram to make it all together. And change the slide, please. This is our homepage. This is our website we created to search the book, and you can search any book over here if you want. And now I would like to Ramesh to continue the presentation. Thank you so much.
Ramesh, you are in mute. We cannot hear you, Ramesh, if you are speaking.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
You can share your screen. We can see the book den library.
Can you see my Knack application?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we are able to see that.
Okay. All right.
Looks like a PowerPoint. Don't think we are able to see your application.
Okay.
Yeah, now we are able to see.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. So here is the Knack application we have basically 4 entities: member, book, checkout, and service. Members will have these many fields, and these are the records. And then in books, we have this many fields: ISBN, name, author, rating. This is a short. So this is the these are the records. So let me just go to the live app. Okay, so this is the home screen. These are the books we have. So we have the ratings, authorized member. You can search here, and then member. So basically, the reason why we put this website is that the member can use the website to track the how many books they have checked out from the library, and then they can keep the track of it, when is it due and everything. So let me just try to log in with the one member. So this is so the one member, the member is Dwayne Johnson. Big guy. He has taken this many books, so this many quantities. So this date is when he checked out from the library, and this is the due date. And then this is the return date. So we have, like, just to get the idea, we have the, if you return books late past the due date, then we have this. So they can see how many days they can it was late. And then these are the just the for the reference, we had this view here saying that what books we have to offer, so you can stop by a library and get the books. Then employee we have, let me try to log in.
We cannot hear you now.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Give a little bit more voice because you're very light on the audio.
Okay, sorry about that. So here's the employee login. He can see which member have checked out which books, how many quantities, when it is due, and if it was returned late, then it's calculate the how many days it was late, and then it calculates the penalty like fine of $2 per day, something like that. This is the manager view. Sorry, employee view. He can also add new books from here. And then like the name, author, first name, last name, stock quantity, like how many copies of the same book that we have. So I know there are some loose ends here. We try to do more here with the what access does the manager have, like dashboard and everything, but we couldn't figure out it on time. We're still working on it, but this is what we have so far.
So I did it on my children's school. I had the Parent-Teacher Association out there. And what has happened in previous years is that in terms of membership and any kind of activities that is planned by the PTA for the students and the families have traditionally been done in person. So any activities planned by the PTA, the teachers collect the money from the students, which often gets lost. None of it is automated. We usually send out Google Forms to get registration for events. The PTA relies on membership from families to run in itself and to organize activities. So what I rather would like to do is automate this whole process going forward. And we use I use Knack, as I learned in the past few weeks. This is my ERD diagram. I kept it simple, where I was able to import an existing file which included names of all the families in the system. Of course, there will be newer families adding on to the next calendar year, but I use this as a data set so that I don't have to create records. And I use those records as just as student information or family information. And most families have more than one student in the school. And I try to create relationships between the event type, and the orders that will go through the final checkout. And I classified events under event type. So we have a number of events that happen where we collect as little as $15 to as much as like $150 per event per family. So, and some of it is also goes towards donation. So this is how my page actually looks. I used the Kendall logo that we have for the PTA, and I created different kind of tabs where families can go in to register as a member, request to buy spiritware or t-shirts or any other things. And this is the order management capability, which kind of I still have to refine, but it actually computes the total when it goes through the final order. There are many events like Daddy Daughter Dance, Science Fair, multicultural events where we charge, and usually we get a lot of people to come in and participate. So usually the quantity goes up to 4 and 5. People have grandparents come in. So this is something I created as based off of the tables that I created, which I'm going to talk about a little later. This was the primary form, the first table, sorry, or the form I created, which kind of gets or captures all the information. So we will have a good membership base, which we can use in the future. So this is based off of real data that I have. And this tells me in previous years how many of each t-shirt sizes were ordered by students. So we can plan in the future as to how to place these orders, because this is usually done by a third party. And it's very hard to plan for the future, who to give the order to, what sizes to order. So we're going to use this as a benchmark going forward, that this is the number of t-shirts we need. We have a rough idea. This is how big an order we will place with you. We can also view it by grade. Of course, these numbers are going to probably go you know, they fluctuate, but this gives us a good enough idea. I could have reflected this in percentages, which I probably do later. So one of the key KPIs that we as a team of PTAs need to do is membership status. The more the membership status goes up, the more funds we have to our disposal to use towards activities. Again, we've never monitored this, and that's why we can never plan what to do for the remaining year. But knowing this number helps us plan events. And membership costs only $25 per family, but based off, and we have around 550 families. So if you know that, we can plan what activities. Now, this was based off of dummy data. So I just took 3 events that we've done in the past year, but we're going to use this in the future to figure out where the demand really comes from. Does it come from family night out? Does it come from daddy-daughter dance? Or which activities does it come first? So that way we will try to get more volunteers for that activities. So that's one of the things. And I will now share how I created my website. Oh, sorry. This is how it looks. This is the main page of t-shirt registration. One of the things I really wanted for my orders was that when I created relationships between the different tables, I wanted to make sure that it populates itself based off of the data that I had put in. So you can type in your, like, I probably am not there, I don't know. So you can look up your name based off if you were an existing parent last year, and then this also gives you a drop-down menu of what activity or what event to plan out for, and then you can submit that. I also have a dashboard that kind of reflects what I shared in the PowerPoint, and will tell you how, and also when we do events, we need to block out when we close registration. I'm trying to toy with that feature, but I would probably want to close registration for certain events by looking at the calendar dates so that, you know, it's easier for us to plan. So it's t-shirts registration that kind of shows us. One of the major problems that I came across was because the information was gathered in such a poor form. Okay, I will take that into account. And then here is that the data that was captured has the first and the last name clubbed together. Now that's from the existing Excel sheet, so I'd probably want to have this edited because it's very frustrating and it can be confusing. And I shared most of the screenshots of my of how I've designed it. This is my builder's look of how I created the tables, how I populated them, and I had created 2 roles. And of course, event typed event is something I created a relationship with, just like I had seen demonstrated in class. If there are any questions or feedback.
Wonderful job, Rafia. Very good, very impressive work. We have limited time, so we'll give other chance, but really good job.
Thank you.
Next group, who's going next? Mark?
I'll present next.
I'm very impressed, guys. In short period of time, what a wonderful applications guys design. Oh, thank you, guys. This is awesome. I'm having a goosebump going on. Very good.
For everyone. Okay, so that video is the line for airport rebooking. Sorry, let me share my screen now.
I like the video, by the way.
That was actually by one of our mentors. Yeah, so she sent us that video and we were like, yeah, we need to do an airport project. Well, actually, we had already agreed to do an airport project, but seeing that video was like further motivation. So yes, the people in my team, is Tatiana, myself, Wayne, Victoria, Vibhuti, which helped provided us that video, and Wale. So our objective is to find a way to have airports manage their tickets in order to collect data on how many airplane tickets are used or unused, how many people are not checking in, ticket cancellation trends, flight rebooking, and more. This management system will help streamline operations, control costs, achieve optimal performance, and data reporting. So airports can use our full integrated airport management system to access real-time information between airports and customers to ensure that operations are running seamlessly. So to give a little bit more background, so the airport industry is sitting on billions of dollars worth of unused tickets. When the pandemic hit in the spring of 2020, many travelers put their plans on hold and canceled tickets. Actually, cancellations more than tripled, and we are still seeing the effects now. So this management system would help in streamlining that process a bit better. So here is our conceptual diagram. So we have the passenger, tickets, flights, and we also have employee, which include managers and the airport, all integrated into a management system. Here's our logical diagram. And our physical model. And here we have our entity-related diagram. As you can see, we have the customer and flight all in linked to the ticket, and then the ticket is linked to the management system, and the airport and the employee information is also linked to the management system. We have our data dictionary, which we made. And here's our business constraints. So required means that the data needs to be provided unique. Data cannot be repeated, and so on and so forth. Wayne, do you want to explain this part?
Yeah, I just wrote some SQL script for Oracle, and because there's a lot of script need to be written if we want to make a full-blown application. So I just present a few script, like all the table creation script. We can see this airport table, ticket table, have all the constraints, foreign keys, and the last one is management system table. Next slide, please. Yeah, these two script I put here is basically if we do not use Knack, if we use any web application. So for the management to pull up a web page, it will call maybe a stop procedure, and it will to get for a particular flight, how many tickets are used. It will use the first query. As you can see, it's just a select count and from the ticket table. So if the ticket is used, it will count all the numbers of the used ticket. And the second query will give the ticket is still available. So we can see it use a field from the flights. The flight table will have a total number of tickets available for this particular flight, and subtract the count, the sum of the used ticket. And I will do a table left join with flight table, and and then do a group by for the total tickets. Okay, that's all the SQL queries for the system.
Thank you, Wayne.
Sure.
Okay. So here we have our diagram for what we wanted the management system to look like. So the system will have two different access. So we have the manager or administrator access, and then the employee access. So employee is pretty restricted. They can update and search. but the manager can report, delete, update, and search and add. So this system is specifically for like airport employees and how they can manage like tickets for customers and for airport management and processes. So yeah, users are not able to access this system. So this system will improve the business by generating more profit. It'll help managers to find unused tickets for ticket reselling, and it'll be quick and easy access. It'll also improve business relationship with customers and travel agents because this management system will integrate like third-party agents' websites and different airlines and the customer information. So this will provide transparent and efficient method of data collection and reporting. And as I've been reiterating throughout, it'll also enhance operational efficiency because it's automating the manual process, which will reduce paperwork. It'll allow us to track the ticket lifecycle, which will improve organization and data loss. And it can help create solutions to ticket cancellation and profit loss because it'll generate a report and a real-time data report. And then it can, aggregate views of the status of operational activities based on real-time data. And Tatiana, would you like to?
Yeah. Hello. We have limited time, so we just show you some screens of our app. It's a login starts application with login page, and so can log in only manager. Manager can change his information. Yes, we have tables like tickets, airports, flights, employee, passenger, and we can do a report. Yeah. So this is next tables with flights. Go ahead. Yes, and we don't have many time to create very good and good looking reports. So it needs little work. Okay, go ahead. Yes, and this is important part of each project. We have team disagreement, different availables of team member, and very hard with dividing task. But anyway, we did it, and thanks for my team. I very appreciate to did it. Thank you.
And Hind. This is me, Hind. So the challenge in rental property management business, while the rental business is so gainful, but there is a lot of things can make it mismanaged. So for that, we should use the database management to so that's make us help the owner handle and run their property. And the objective, it was screening, managing, property management handle everything that happen every day. Property management handle everything that happen every day. Setting rent by setting collection, rent price, maintenance and repairs, managing the budgets and the expenses. And make it easy to communication between tenants and managers, making the leasing easy, and the operation can connect everything aspect of the business through a single application. And this is the diagram. So through the Knack application, we have input like tenants and the manager who are the users, and it's through the Knack application, we can get to service requests or rental unit or rent payments. Here our entity management system. So we have seven entities. The main one, it's tenants and property management. So we see it's there is account. They can use username and password as a primary key. And there's the tenants can ask for service request, so they can handle which service, which type for service, when the service will be work or when will be end. Here are the rental properties, where the address, rent price, how many rooms in this property, how many bathrooms, and the rent payment whole connected to tenants and property management and the rental properties as a foreign key. And they can get the rent price, the available date for the property, and when they can sign the contract for the property. And those all data dictionary we use. This is for tenants, for service requests, each one we can use it. And we use all those tools and technology in our project. Now I wanna make let Eva to continue.
Please unmute yourself and speak up so at least we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Yes, okay, good. Okay, so I basically made an application for like a middle-sized business of property management. So it's really suitable for the like landlord who is having like a quite amount of properties, not like two, which he can handle like by himself by in his mind, and not big enough to hire a real property management company. So particularly this application, you see here that the property manager, in my mind, it's basically an owner, not necessarily, but it's one manager. If need to, the beauty of this application, we can kind of expand it and add a lot more managers, and we also can add a lot more tables in the future. So right now in accounts and user roles, we have only one property manager and tenant portal. Tenant portal, it's where tenants can register and make a service request. So right now I'm logging in from the manager side. So what it looks like live, you can see that we have here our properties. We can view particular properties, we can delete, view. We can manage our tenants. Again, we can go to the details and see each one. We can delete each one. There is our applicant. It's the application that which we get in. We also can decline them if we need it. We can see what's approved, what application are new, what's annual salary, etc. So let's go deeper to one application. So how it looks like. And we can change the status here. Let's say submit. And I did that service request. Of course, as a manager, I can do, but from the tenant perspective, the tenant must register to do a service request. So he can type his name, whatever. Here, guys, I have an interest glitch. You can see there is a tenant address and there is nothing in, and I couldn't fix it. It's empty. Then the tenant should choose where a problem is, like appliances. Then he can enter what exactly wrong, phone number, wherever, and daytime goes automatically and it's submitted. And we can go in a builder side, see the service request, here's the records. And I create a text formula, which consists of the name and date. It's gonna be in unique formula for the service request, which I can use later. For example, if I will send a maintenance guy and then I will have to count it, you know, for the accounting purposes, etc. So right now, at least it looks like this. Maybe I can change it later. And I also have a rental application. And for rental application, I don't have to be registered. So anyone can fill it out and I will get it. And here's our financial details. There is a simple reports like our rent payments that go through. Here we have some, for example, delinquencies. So someone is still owes us $25. So I can count it. I can view details. There is a pivot table. We can see our monthly rent, our annual rent projected, and our security deposit, which we already collected. And here I create this chart. I add projected annual rent. For some reason, total shows us as a monthly rent. And I have monthly HOA expense and also annual HOA expense. When we go in a builder mode, we can see that